Welcome into the Titans today. I am your host, Brett Alper, and last week I gave you guys a full 7-round mock draft. Well, ESPN saw that. They must have. And over the weekend, they released their own 7-round mock draft with all 32 teams, including the Tennessee Titans. So we're going to break it all down here. Some of the picks are the same, some of the picks are different, but tomorrow is April. We're pretty much in April. And if that means it's draft month. So if you're ready for the 2025 NFL draft, just like I am, go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video, and let's get this party started because the draft month is here, and before you know it, the Titans will be picking number 1 overall. All right, let's get into all the Titans draft picks that they have. Obviously, they have that special one right at the top, round 1, pick 1. 8 picks. They don't have a pick in the 3rd round. They don't have a pick in the 7th round. Can't even speak. I'm so excited. But let's start it off, and it's the same pick as I had, and it's a surprise to no one. Mr. Cam Ward out of Miami, round 1, number 1 overall. Now, I think we've all seen it. We've all seen the tape. We've all seen the news. We've all seen the rumors. It's pretty much set in stone that Cam Ward is going number 1 overall. I mean, all the mock drafts have said he's number 1. Now, it's not 100% sure that Tennessee's going to draft him. They still have that opportunity of trading down that pick, but whoever is getting that number 1 pick, whether it be the Tennessee Titans, if the Giants want to trade up, if they even trade up, he is going to be the number 1 overall pick. And it was pretty much set in stone after he shined during his pro day. And there was a lot of glazing going down. I'm not going to lie. He looked really good, but there was a CBS reporter who analyzed his pro day, Ryan Wilson, and he said this: Ward showed off an arm that's better in person than it's on tape. A quick release that has the ball explode out of his hand with such velocity that it seems like an optical illusion, basically magic. And the touch on the intermediate and deep throws that consistently found their targets, often in spots where only they had a chance to make a play on the ball. If you don't read that and don't think he's the number 1 overall pick, I don't know what you're thinking. And he was also just talking the talk. He went on a bootleg, threw it on the run, and the second that happened, he was staring down the Titans general manager, Mike Borgonzi, making a little smile, talking a little talk like, hey, I can do this. You see that? You can have me on your team. Draft me number 1. And then after his workout, he was sitting there talking to Brian Callahan and Mike Borgonzi, and there was rumors that everybody was smiling and everybody was having a great time. And I think that it would be a great time if Tennessee drafts Cam Ward. The new culture in Tennessee can start with a new quarterback. We saw it in Washington last year with Jaden Daniels. You can create a new culture with Cam Ward. And if you draft him number 1 overall, I don't know why you wouldn't, but you have to take him number 1. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this. There's going to be probably very few people, but I know there's some people out there that still want Will Levis to be your quarterback. Do you want the Titans to draft Cam Ward? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Now in round 2 with pick number 35, they're complimenting their new starting quarterback, their new franchise quarterback, with Tyler Booker, the offensive lineman, out of the University of Alabama. And this guy, I mean, look at the attributes for him. He is a tank. 6'4", 321 pounds. And those are not his 2024 stats. That's for a running back or a quarterback, but still a great offensive guard for Alabama in the future. And if we take a look at his RAS score, its relative athletic score, and they do this for pretty much every NFL prospect. Yeah, he doesn't have the best 40-yard dash. He doesn't have the best 20-yard split. But with the weight, and when you get an offensive guard, especially because you have Zeitler, who you signed, he's getting up there in age. You bring a guy like Tyler Booker in to play guard, learn from him, learn from a trained veteran. It would be very good for this Titans team to just keep bulking up that offensive line. Now, if we look at his PFF grades, overall 66.5. The run block grade, not the best, but you see what I'm seeing, what Mike Borgonzi sees. 86.5 pass blocking. He did not allow a sack. He did not allow one single sack the whole entire year for Bama. Now, Jalen Milroe can create plays with his legs, but this is what the Titans need. The Titans need a young offensive guard to kind of take that place of Kevin Zeitler once he retires. He's getting up there, 35 years old. This is specifically what the Titans need. Keep building that offensive line. It seems like Mike Borgonzi really prioritized an offensive line in free agency, and he's going to do it here with the draft. Now, with the 4th round, we got to skip the 3rd round. We're going with Jordan Burch out of the University of Oregon with pick number 103. I like this pick. 6'4", 279 pounds. You could put him at DN. You could put him on inside. I think with the Titans, they're probably going to run a 4-3. I don't see 3 people on the offensive line, but this guy is a great prospect, and you're getting a kind of a steal with him in the 4th round. Bleacher Report said this in the scouting report. Burch has a solid cross chop and rip moves along with decent bend for his size to help win around the edge. However, he's still more of an average athlete and lacks some quickness, which could impact his ability to win as a pass rusher in the NFL. And they also added, he's also still fleshing out how to use his size and strength to his advantage with consistent win with power. Now, there's always some positives. He's a great size for a defensive end. He's got football IQ. He knows, all right, is the guard going to pull? Is he going to block straight? He knows how to get inside and get to the quarterback. Solid agility and accelerations. And when I was reading the scouting report, watching the tape, you have some negatives. He's not that explosive. He's not going to get up on the line and just kind of rip through. And he's not the most athletic, but he still has a little bit of agility. And he's not a violent edge. You see with all these great defensive edge rushers in the NFL, you're scared of them. I'm scared of Myles Garrett. I'm scared of a lot of players, a lot of edge rushers. Kind of get that Harold Landry feel. He's not there anymore, but this could be a great replacement for him as you get in the draft. Now, round 4, at pick number 120, Kyle Williams. This was also in my 7th round mock draft, and I can't remember who it was. I could ask my producer, Moose. Was it Phil Simms who had Kyle Williams as number 2? Phil Simms had Kyle Williams as the number 2 wide receiver prospect. What are we doing here? I like him. He's a great slot corner. 70 receptions, almost 1,200 yards. But second, he is climbing up draft boards, so I really don't know at this point if he's going to be available in the 4th round for the Titans. We look at his relative athletic score. You look at these numbers. He's quick. A 4.42 40-yard dash. Obviously, you don't need a bench, but his weight, that could be a little bit concerning. His vertical and his broad jump, that is something that sticks out. A very athletic wide receiver that you're going to need. You take a look at his stats in 2024. 17.1 yards per catch. 14 touchdowns, only 5 drops on the year. 70 receptions. He was targeted over 100 times. I've said this multiple times. When you're going to draft Cam Ward, you need to pair a wide receiver with him. I don't care who it is. You have Calvin Ridley. You can't go with Treylon Burks. I think Kyle Williams would be a perfect slot to complement Calvin Ridley. You can't double Calvin Ridley if you got a great slot guy in there that can go right across the middle, and then that creates the deep threat. You need a wide receiver going into 2025. As we move forward in the draft, we have Danny Stutzman out of Oklahoma, round 5, pick number 141. I've looked at kind of just his draft prospects. He's a solid player, but you also have, going further, and you look at his strengths, instincts to play, recognition, fuel, and impressive production. Reads and adjusts instantly to what the keys tell him. Slips and slides around blocks to stay in action. This guy is very solid. 110 tackles in 2024. 1 sack. 6'3", 233 pounds. You are just loading up the entire defense with this. You signed Cody Barton to a big contract coming from the Broncos, and now you're drafting Danny Stutzman. Lance Zierlein of NFL.com, he said this: inside linebacker with size and instincts to post a board full of high totals as a tackler. Stutzman is football smart with studious play recognition to stay one step ahead of his blockers. His downhill flows narrow the runner's angles, and he's accomplished at slipping around blockers or sliding off them to tackle. And we look at his player stats. The one thing that sticks out to me, he stays healthy. 12 games played, 12 games played, 13 games played, and he has 100+ tackles in each one of his seasons, except for that 2021 year, but still 10 games played. I really like this pick. I think that he could be a great talent, and you're getting him in round 5. Honestly, if you take any SEC player playing against SEC offenses and you're able to get 100 tackles, I'm very impressed with this. Now, round 5, number 167, we have Mac McWilliams out of UCF. I haven't really been able to see much of his tape. I did look at some of the strengths and weaknesses for Mac McWilliams, 32 tackles, 1 interception, 2 pass blocks. I saw what one of his strengths or one of his weaknesses was just his size. I mean, 5'10", 191. I'm 5'10", 200. And I personally don't think that I'm an NFL prospect, but Mac McWilliams, obviously, much athletic. His PFF grades, they speak, though. They really, really do speak. When you look at his coverage grade, 84.8. You're not going to have the greatest run defensive grade with 66, but it's gotten better over the years. 74 in 2022. 66, it dropped down, but then 81.6 in 2024. He's also played a steady amount of games, 11 and 12 the last 2 seasons. I think he'd be a solid pick for the Tennessee Titans. And my last 2, Maxon Hook, a safety out of Toledo, and Colin Oliver, another linebacker, coming in with your last 2 picks in round 6. These are solid. These are very, very solid. I'm impressed with this draft. I don't know if I'd call it my draft, honestly, but I really, really think that the Titans are going to come into this draft and absolutely be very solid and kind of build this team to get back to the playoffs. Now, before I tell anybody, I got to tell you about our sponsor, and that's Fanatics. You can still get your Titans hoodies up to 60% off, chatsports.com/Titans hoodies. You can get this one Nike. You can get Fanatics brand. Just use the link, and it helps the channel. Support us. Support your Titans. Get all of your Titans hoodies. It's still April. It's still going to be a little chilly out there once it comes nighttime. Come on. chatsports.com/Titans hoodies. You got to get one. I'm definitely getting one, and I'm using that code. Now, we take a look at the Titans draft picks, and this is the overall. Round 1, pick 1, Cam Ward, quarterback. Then we're going with round 2, pick number 35, and you're going with Tyler Booker. Round 4, Jordan Burch, Kyle Williams. That's my favorite pick of this entire draft. That's not obviously Cam Ward or Tyler Booker. Danny Stutzman, Mac McWilliams, Maxon Hook, and Colin Oliver rounding out your entire draft. I'm giving this one I'd give it a B+. I graded my mock draft an A, but I'm a little biased here. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Grade this mock draft. Grade ESPN. ESPN's the big boys, the worldwide leader. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm giving them a B. I'm really impressed as long as they go Cam Ward at number 1. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Titans today. We'd really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 12,000 subs before the draft. We're in the draft month. And as always, tighten up.